life. It's a holiday. I woke up ready, started working, and I realized I'm the only one. So then I Google searched the date, and I realized, okay, it's a holiday. Well, I already woke up, so what am I gonna do? Let's clean the guitar. I had this pending for a long time because I've been playing older guitars, and this one needs some love, okay? So I'm going to remove the strings, I'm going to clean it, and then I'm going to put new strings. So these are the strings I'm going to be using for replacement. If you play nylon string guitar, these strings are good. It's not sponsored. These strings are very expensive. Very expensive. Now these are normal tension. I prefer to have higher tension so I can smash the strings harder. But yeah, these ones are going to work. What I like about these strings is that they are very bright. So these are bright. So they sound loud. So yeah, that's why I like them. So I'm gonna replace the strings, probably only the trebles, because the nylon strings don't need to be replaced every single time. And these are good. I like these ones. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Thanks for tuning in. This was an unannounced live stream, but yeah, we can talk about music. We can talk about why I play the guitar. If you have any questions about how to learn, I'm a guitar teacher too. We have a chat here from Moody. It says the school sound. Please turn volume down. Okay. Let me see. Oh, I didn't check the sound. Oh, I know what's happening. Yeah. So now it should be better. So the echo was because I was using the sound from the laptop and the sound from the phone. So now it should be solved. Let me know if that works. Oh yeah. So that's what happened. I forgot to turn off the sound from the laptop. So thanks for letting me know. Okay. So yeah, this guitar is absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. Of course, this is not for everyone that just wants to learn how to play the guitar, because it's very, very expensive. And it's very fragile too. You have to take care of this a lot. Right now, I'm in the basement and the humidity here is too low. Like right now it's 33% humidity. These are very bad conditions for this guitar. So it is going up right now. I'm using a humidifier here, that white thing that you see as a humidifier. Yeah, these guitars are very fragile. I am also using a humidifier like this, which I have not tried for a long time, so I cannot recommend it. I don't know if this is actually doing anything, honestly. And it's very expensive too. So you get one of these inside the guitar, and the other one to be just on the case, and they look like this. It's like a Dario humidity pack. That's how they look. Yeah, that's how they look. So yeah, this, I don't know if they are actually doing anything, but yeah, I have to take care of this guitar because it's actually very, very expensive. How much is that guitar? So this guitar cost more than a 5090. I can tell you that. A whole PC, your command center, and a 5090 are not more expensive than this guitar. So it is a very, very nice guitar. I didn't buy it. This was a gift from my master. So I have a mission to accomplish with this guitar. So I need to get more practice. Yeah, so this guitar represents one of my biggest and most ambitious goals in my life. This is the right tool for the job, and I need to get the job done. Okay, so I really like playing the guitar and really playing whatever I want, but I have to learn what I have to learn to win competitions and stuff. That's basically my mission. I need to win some competitions. Yeah, this guitar is really absolutely amazing, but very fragile. Very fragile. The reason why this guitar is so powerful is because this wood here at the top is not a normal layer of wood. It's actually two very thin layers of wood that are joined by a special membrane, which makes this vibrate more. So it sounds louder. It sounds very loud. So right now the strings are very old. See, it sounds like crap. So I have to, well, I'm gonna remove the strings anyway. Yeah, so I need to see if with the heater on, the temperature goes up a little bit so I can play something. Because right now, as you can see here, it is 13 Celsius, okay? So with these temperatures, my hands are not moving. So I cannot play well. If I try to play fast or something, they don't move. Like my hands are not moving well. I cannot play like this. So I would have to warm up a lot to be able to play something here. But yeah, I will definitely play a little bit, especially after I change the strings. So you have a Honda classical guitar from my grandpa. It is what I learned to play on back then with a Green Day songbook. And Honda, like the car brand Honda or Hondo. Oh, you say Hondo? I don't know. I mean, there are many guitars. And here's the thing: sometimes the same model of the guitar is completely different. Like you go to the store and you can try the same, let's say Cordova, C7, whatever. You can try the same or Alhambra, and they're completely different. So the one might be good and the other one might be trash. So, you have to, check it out. My thing keeps losing tuning though. So I think you will need new strings. Yeah, with the tuning, it matters the way you put the strings. It matters. The way I do it is not the best way, but I like it more aesthetically. But yeah, that matters. The way you restring the guitar. And it matters, of course, the guitar matters, and it matters the tuners. These things here, they definitely matter. And you can try replacing it. You can buy a set of good tuners that are not very expensive and see if that fixes the problem. I was able to get a 5090 from Best Buy last week online. That sounds unbelievable. I'm sorry. Man, if that's true, that sounds impossible. How? I've been refreshing every day. It doesn't exist. It's out of stock all the time. But yeah, if you got one, man, Yeah, I do have an electric guitar. I have a Fender Strat, and I want to get another electric guitar because the Fender doesn't have 24 frets, and I cannot use it for some solos. And also, I want to have active pickups that are louder. I want to get another electric guitar, a nice one. But yeah, I got the Fender. That was the first electric guitar that I bought here in the US. When I came here to the US, I was like, okay, I'm gonna get an electric guitar to see if I can play on rock bands and all that. And I quickly realized that rock bands was not going to work for me. And the reason is usually I'm not going to judge everyone because everyone is different and you can find something different. But in my experience, the rock bands are usually composed by people who like to engage in short-term pleasure-seeking self-indulgence behavior, which means they are basically high all the time and they smoke a lot of weed and they do drugs and all that. And I'm like, yeah, that has nothing to do with me. I like the music. I like to play some solos in a rock band, but I cannot be around that kind of environment. If I smell the smoke of that, it's like, yeah, I cannot be there. That's not, I am not in the right place. So yeah, I quickly realized that was not gonna be for me. And there's no way I would ever dedicate my life to be around people that smoking weed all the time. It's like crazy. So yeah, it was a disappointment because I really wanted to try that. But yeah, I do play the electric guitar. I do guitar lessons. Let me see if I have a pick here. I don't have a pick. Oh yeah, here it is. I do electric guitar lessons too, so I know how to play with a pick. With a pick, it's a lot easier to play fast. You see, I'm telling you, I need to warm up because it's very cold. It's 13 degrees right now. I cannot even play with my fingers, but with a pick, it's a piece of cake. Look. It's very easy. Of course, it's kind of messed up. I need to warm up, but it's so much easier to do this. It's a piece of cake. It's a piece of cake. So if I just play a little bit, I can already, play solos or whatever. The problem with the temperature is the right hand for the fingers, because the fingers are, smaller, more sensitive muscles. But when I'm playing with a pick, I'm not using the fingers, I'm using the bigger muscles. So the bigger muscles have no problem moving. The problem is to move my fingers. And the left hand gets warmed up really fast because the pressure you have to do here, it warms up the hand. So basically the problem with me playing when it's cold is the right hand, because the fingers don't move right. See, like I do this and it doesn't, they're not moving right. So I need to warm up a lot. Yeah, the pick is a piece of cake, really. If you play the electric guitar, I highly recommend you to watch Troy Grady's YouTube channel. Man, when I got here to the US, I didn't, play electric guitar. I got here to the US playing with a flamenco dance company. So I was playing for ladies dancing and all that stuff. So I was playing with the fingers, a flamenco style guitar. Then I got here to the US and I'm like, I always wanted to have an electric guitar. So I bought that Fender. And I'm like, okay, let me learn how to play with the pick. I didn't have internet in Cuba. Okay, so I didn't have access to all the videos on YouTube and all that stuff. So then I found this YouTube channel, Troy Grady, and he explains how to play with the pick. I mean, it is really, I wish there was a YouTube channel like that for classical guitar, showcasing how to play like, Paco de Lucia. Because to play with the fingers, classical guitar, it's just a handful of people who can actually play a scale at that speed, like Paco de Lucia. But with a pick, anyone can do it. It's so easy. So I learned with Troy Grady, YouTube channel, like in 1 week, I was playing faster than I was playing with my fingers. And I've practiced with my fingers a lot of years. So I'm like, man, this is so easy in comparison. It's not even close. So usually with my electric guitar students, or even country students that want to play, just with a pick basically and steel strings, I am very, very successful with those students, because no matter what, almost everybody day one can do this. Almost everybody. It is so simple to do this. So then after you can do that, all I have to show you is how to, the angle, to put the fingers here on the fretboard. And then what I do is I show them to play with the, when you play it down, when you go down like this with the pick, you have the pick slanted downwards. Okay, this is called downwards pick slanting. So I show them, okay, when you go down, and this is a guitar lesson. So this is a guitar lesson for you if you're learning how to play the guitar. So you slant the pick the same way you would go down like this. Okay, so this is very easy. Anyone can do this like immediately. I just show them, okay, grab the pick like this. Let me show you, like, grab the pick like this. It doesn't have to be the same, very similar to this. Okay, and then just do this. Anyone can do this. Okay, very easy. Just go down like that. Anyone can do that. And then I said, okay, when you go down, let the next string stop the pick. Then when you go up, go outside the guitar. So think about when you go in, when you go down, it's going inside the guitar. Up is outside the guitar. So like this. So this is a movement that almost everyone gets very fast, very easy. It's like doing this. And it's the same movement you do for strumming, right? So then I show them to do this. Almost everyone can do this, like first day. This. Day one. And I show them to do it fast first. You have to learn how to play fast first. Contrary to what many people might believe. You have to play slow so you can play fast. Wrong. You have to play fast first, because it's like learning how to ride a bike. If you don't go fast enough, you don't know what it feels like. You cannot find the balance, the equilibrium. So first day, almost everyone does this. Okay. So then with that technique, you can already change strings. If you do an even number of notes per string, so if you do 1, 2, 3, 4, you can change strings. Or if you do an odd number of notes per string, you can do sweeping when you go down. So you can do 1, 2, 3. See? 1, 2, 3, down, down. You can do down, 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 down. So that's easy too. So I might show them that the first time. If they get it very fast, then I show them the other one. So the other one would be, let's learn how to do this. But this time, when you go up like this angle, this is the other way. This is called upwards pick slanting. So you're slanting the pick upwards. So this way is also very easy. You can rest the palm of your hand here on the strings and just do this. So a lot of people get that also day one. Like this, I'm talking about at this speed. A total beginner, day one. this. Okay, so then we practice a little bit with the left hand, because the left hand does need more practice. So I usually, what I do is I show them, okay, let's play 1, 2, and 4, because they are easier. And I show them how to play that low here. So the space for the frets are smaller. So then I would show them something like, because the left hand is more difficult, what I have them doing is to repeat more notes on the right hand. So I'm like, okay, just focus on the right hand. Left hand is for entertainment right now, just to do something with it. Just play with this finger. Just do as much as you want, and you change to the next one as you wish, and then you go to the next one. So focus on the right hand, but they are already getting a little bit the left hand. So that's what I do on the first class. Just show them how to do this. When you go down like this with this angle, this is called downward pick slanting. I showed them a little bit of the left hand, like 1, 2, 4, 1, 3, 4, something like this. And I showed them how to do that. And then, depending on how fast they get that, then I show them right away how to do the two-way pick slanting, which is basically to do this. To do that. To do that, you have to change the slant of the pick. Because what happens is this. If you go down, you rest. Up, you go to the air. Down, you rest. The pick is resting on the first string. Then you cannot do an upstroke because you would have to lift the whole hand to do that upstroke. And you might think, well, you can do sweeping. You can do down, up, down, down. And that's right. That's going to work. But then you keep going. Now, how are you going to do an upstroke? The pick is down here. You cannot do an upstroke on the second string to go back. So you have to rotate. So the trick is you start with this slant or with this slant. And if you do an odd number of notes per string and you want to do alternate picking, you have to rotate. You have to change from one slant to the other. So if they already know how to do this, and they already know how to do this, then the only thing they have to practice is that rotation, which is very, very simple. It's like a U shape. It's a rotation like this to change the slant. So you're playing like this linearly. Then to change strings, you do a rotation movement, and then you do this. That's it. That's the whole picking technique. And this is so effective. I am yet to see someone who practiced this who cannot play fast like in a month. It is that simple. Now, the left hand does takes a little bit of practice to, of course, if you're starting from zero. But if you already know how to play the guitar, and I've seen a lot of very high level players who don't know this trick yet. And they play, for example, some people play like double scape all the time. They play like this rotation, because it works for arpeggios. You can do this. So you can do arpeggios like that. So for those people, they cannot play that fast, because if you're just doing the rotation, this movement is not as fast. Some people can play surprisingly fast with that method. But if you play linearly like this or like this, it is a lot faster, because you can just use the bigger muscle. You can do like just super fast. So for those people, I showed them this technique, and 2 or 3 days they are playing faster than ever before. It's that effective. So I really love to teach the electric guitar. That's my point. And the reason is it's so effective. Like everyone can play fast with the electric guitar. It's just unbelievable how good this technique is. So thanks to Troy Grady. Troy Grady's YouTube channel. He just absolutely cracked the code. Like he calls that. So not a Honda. So the guitar is Hondo. Was a Chinese clone brand from the 80s. The guitar is a student guitar, but it doesn't feel cheap. Well, my first guitar was a Chinese guitar that was not even made out of wood. It's like, it was like, you know, one of those compressed materials. Absolutely terrible. So difficult to play. The action of the guitar was super high, very, very tough to learn how to play the chords there. Absolutely incredibly difficult. But thanks to that, when I got a nicer guitar, it was like, man, this is so much better. I mean, the difference is just absolutely huge. And now that I have these, I mean, the thing with this guitar is that before, when I didn't have a good guitar, I was like, okay, if I don't sound like professional, or if I don't sound like the videos that I see, I can blame the guitar. It's like, okay, it's the guitar. I need a better guitar to sound better. Now with this guitar, it's me. If I do not sound like my dreams, I just need to practice more and improve, because this guitar sounds as good as it can sound. I mean, I've never seen, honestly, I have never seen a better guitar than this one that I'm holding right now. And you can search on YouTube. Let me see what is the name of the video, so you know what I'm talking about. There is let me search actually on YouTube that. There's a YouTube channel that Rob Scallion, or Scallion. He's very, very famous. He has a lot of views. Let me see if I can find that video, so you know where I actually tested very, very expensive guitars. Expensive guitar. So you know, I have actually tested incredible guitars. Okay, look at this video from 5 years ago. The video is called "This Guitar is Worth $275,000. I play that guitar." Let me give the copy and paste to this. I'll copy and paste this on the chat. You can check this out. This luthiers work on this guitar, actually. This guitar I'm holding right now. He's an amazing luthier. He's like a magician when it comes to guitars. He can do magic. So this is the title of the video. This guitar is worth $275,000. I tested those guitars, so you know. So I'm telling you, this guitar has nothing to, like, you're not missing anything, basically. Now that guitar was incredible. Okay, let me make that very clear. And actually, my professor told me that the biggest difference with these guitars that you can test at a place like that is that those guitars are not being played often, so the wood is kind of dormant. So they need to be played. The instrument needs to be played for it to sound as good as it can sound. So he said that's the thing. So you're comparing your guitar that you play every day, that is, you know, it's in tune, like the wood is vibrating constantly. You cannot compare that with a guitar that's just sitting there. Okay, if you actually get one of those guitars at home and you start playing it, it's gonna sound better. But yeah, I basically tested those guitars, and I'm telling you, this guitar that I have right now is absolutely amazing. And that luthier that you see on that video, he actually worked on this guitar, which I have to clean. So this, you see this, let me see if okay, see if you can see this. So you see this protector here. This protector is to play, like, you know, flamenco style stuff, and to protect the guitar. He actually put this protector in, and this protector is like the best you can put on a guitar. Is more expensive than a usual, like a normal guitar. Okay, he worked on the setup and everything. He did an amazing job. So this guitar also feels great to play, so, and it sounds amazing. So yeah, I need to replace the strings and clean it a little bit. Ariel, that looks like an age-old laptop. Yeah, this is an Alienware R. Let me see from. I'm gonna tell you right now. I forgot. I always forget this. This is a very old Alienware gaming laptop. This has an i7 Extreme. This is i7 X940, 2.13 gigahertz, 8 gigabytes of RAM. Yeah, this is a very old Alienware laptop. I think it's an R7. Very old. It still works. It's fast. It's a little bit loud and hot, but it works well. The story is 100% true. I joined stock alerts on Discord and was able to quickly get on. Was in line for 10 seconds and got in. Man, everyone is telling me that Discord is the way to buy a 5090, and I don't use Discord. Like I installed it one day to communicate with gaming tech, and then I never use it back again. So it seems like that's the only way through Discord. People are telling me I have to try that. My cousin already got a 69. I own a Gibson SG, and it is my baby. My dream guitar is a Gibson Les Paul in tobacco burst to live out my Ray Toro one-hour dreams. Yeah, I think the problem with the Les Paul guitars is that they are so expensive. And some of them are very good. But some of them, I've seen Les Paul guitars, especially the electric guitars, I think they are grossly overpriced. Because the electric guitar is almost as good as the pickups. So if you have an $8,000 electric guitar with the same pickups of a $1,000 guitar, there's something wrong with it, okay? Because the electric guitar is not gonna sound a lot better with a different body. It will sound different, but it's not gonna be. So yeah, I think the acoustic, that's something different, but the electric guitars, the Les Paul guitars are so grossly overpriced. It's insane what some people pay for those guitars. The 1080 Ti can only be replaced by a 7080 Ti. That would be a huge upgrade. Probably gonna need a new motherboard for that. Experimenting with an RTX 5090, how far it can get with very ultra settings would be nice. Yeah, but actually, even with the 5090, I would just turn down the settings to see if I can get 360 FPS with my monitor, or get more resolution, get more pixels with the TV, with the S90. Yeah, I'm gonna try to play when I replace the strings. These strings are way too old, but I don't promise anything good because it's so cold here. I cannot play with my fingers like that. I cannot. They don't move well. And my fingers are not. My hand, if I close and open the hand, it's not working right. It's like it doesn't. It's not fast. Like if I try to do it fast, it doesn't work as good. See, my hand, especially my right hand, is very, very, very cold. So yeah, they don't move well. You can always join Christian rock bands and HDR Jesus. Yeah, maybe the Christian rock bands are not going to be smoking weed and all that stuff. That makes sense. That makes sense. I want to learn Tarragas Grand Vals just to play the Nokia theme. Yeah, I never played that one, but yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. That's a nice piece. Hey Ariel, I don't know anything about playing instruments. I'm just here for your personality. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Dude, I want a Strat horribly. They released the Fender Player too late last year, and they look really nice. What color is your Strat? It is. Oh, it's upstairs. It's upstairs. It is the wood color. It is like the most classic Strat color, like the one that Eric Johnson plays. Eric Johnson, Cliff of Dover. That's the color of my Strat. So that's why I bought it, because I wanted to have a guitar that was gonna fit on any kind of rock bands or anything. So that's why I got that one. What's up? Yeah, learning how to alternate pick was a pain. Way more difficult for me than learning bar chords. Yeah, but check out Troy Grady, Cracking the Code. It is so clear how to play alternate picking. It is so easy. I guarantee you, you watch those videos, it's a piece of cake. Like I show you here live, my fingers can barely move. I cannot play classical guitar right now. I can like nothing. Like if I try to play a fast scale, it's not gonna work. Well, that was good for what I was expecting. But with the pick, it is so easy to play fast. It's just a piece of cake. It's so easy. I'm a little bit uncomfortable here. I usually play like this. So I play like this. So I can have more. It's a lot easier. A lot easier to play with the pick than to play with the fingers. Always nice to see you doing what you love. Keep doing. Thank you very much. Yeah, today is a holiday, so this is what I want to do. I have to change the strings and clean the guitar. I got better at tremolo picking by watching Eddie Van Halen. His picking technique is so unorthodox and over the top that it got me to get the motion so much better. Yeah, what he does, like Eddie Van Halen grabs the pick with the middle finger and does this. That's actually very difficult to do, actually. So the motion is easy, but the difficult part is that his hand doesn't have like an anchor point other than the contact that he has with the body of the guitar. So that's extremely difficult to do that. I've never even practiced that too much. Like he does this, like something like that. Of course, it works. You can see that it's working, but the problem is you have no anchor point. So your hand is in the air doing this. That's very difficult. When you play with an anchor point here or somewhere, it's a lot easier to get the motion. But the motion he's using is the same, same motion you will use for strumming, same gypsy style motion. This one, like doing this, like this. That works. It's a great person. It makes me glad. Makes me glad about how people can love America and their freedoms like affording a 5090. Man, this country is amazing. Let me tell you that. I understand, even if you are very successful, problems will happen. People will find something to complain about. But this country is so awesome. I mean, it's like, what problem do I have today? I have everything I need. This is just amazing. This country is absolutely amazing. So I don't complain. We have to pay taxes. Okay, so what? I can still buy 5090s. It's not a problem then. So, nothing is perfect. But I think it doesn't get any better than this. It's just, yeah, you know, the healthcare is very expensive and all that, but it's what it is. It's that's why doctors get paid a lot of money. So it's just the way it is. I'm so happy to be here. So just got to Brazil and brought my Gibson. Nice, Brazil. I want to visit some countries too. I want to go to Europe, and why not some nice resorts in Latin America. You need a channel dedicated to guitar lesson tips. Yeah, but the thing is, you know, the problem with that for me is when it comes to electric guitar, I have no restrictions with the things that I can show and teach, because they are all, you know, the internet, and I learned them myself. But when it comes to the classical guitar techniques and all that stuff, I do not want to give away some of the knowledge and the things that I learned from my professor. Not that they are secret, but you know. So I don't want to put that out there because it was not my understanding. It was not my invention. So I cannot give away those techniques and those things basically. So that's the problem with that. And electric guitar lessons, there are many great videos out there already. Just watch the Troy Grady's YouTube channel. That's all you need, really. You can also check out Marshall Harrison. He plays. He uses the fingers to play faster with the electric guitar. So he calls that swived picking. So basically, what he does is he trivializes the string change using the fingers. So for example, instead of doing this, instead of doing that, you would have to change from the second string to the third string and do that. So that's more difficult. So instead of doing this, what he does is he uses the fingers. So he does this. So he does with the pick, he does up, finger. And that's very easy, very trivial to do up, finger. You don't even need to warm up for that. You just have to calibrate that motion. You do up, finger. So he does. See? So I have to warm up and practice it a little bit. But that's what he does. So he can do arpeggios with that technique too. So he can do, for example, down, then up, and then finger. So you do up, finger. So middle, ring finger. Down, up, middle, ring finger. So he can do fast arpeggios like that. I would have to warm up a little bit for that because that's using the fingers. I'm very cold. So that works fast if you practice. That works fast and fluid. So by doing that, by using the fingers and rolling like that, you are trivializing most of the difficulty. So he plays Marshall Harrison. Check him out on YouTube. He does like live streams, you know, reading the chat and stuff, and it's like it's just reading the chat, very easy with his technique. So that's the other channel that I would recommend you to check out. Absolutely unbelievable player. So that's it. Troy Grady and Marshall Harrison. I think that's all the technique you need, really. But there's a lot of great players. We have a lot of super chats here, but thank you very much. Thank you very much again, Deus. Is that the picture of Deus Ex? I never played that game. if that's the picture. No, the Quantum Break. Quantum Break or Deus Ex. I have to check. I have to check out that game. I actually have it. Have it on Epic Games. They gave it away one day. I think. I have to check it out. Mankind Divided. Oh, and Quantum Break. One of those two is the picture you have. Thank you very much. And we have another super chat from Failed Senses. Well, thank you very much for your contribution. Thank you very much. I appreciate you guys being here and commenting. So I will actually clean the guitar. I've been reading the chat for 45 minutes, and I haven't done any cleaning, but I will. Let me go to the most recent comments, and then I'll go back and read more. So walk through when? Not sure what you're referring to. Good morning. Guitar Hero with path tracing. I have Quantum Break. Okay. Yeah, I have to check out Quantum Break. That was a great game. What's up, Full HD? So when will you play Guitar Hero? Actually, I tried one time. It was not easy. Guitar Hero was not easy, but it's definitely not like playing guitar. That's for sure. Why wouldn't you hear us? Why wouldn't you hear us? Your guitar. Yeah, I'm gonna change the strings because these strings are already like listen, they are dead. They are dead. You'll see once I change the strings, the difference is gonna be huge. They are very, 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 very bad. Very dead. Guitar tabs. Yeah, actually I read the score because the tabs don't give you all the information, like the rhythm information. They just tell you the notes, but they don't tell you the rhythm. I've seen some tabs that try to include the rhythm, but it's not the same. So I learned from scores, like the music, the traditional way of writing and reading music, because it has all the information. Let's go. Yeah, that crazy amount of money. Did you really pay almost 300 grand for guitar? No. This guitar is not $300,000. Honestly, no guitar is worth $200,000. That is because it's like a museum kind of guitar, But no guitar based on the quality is worth that much money. So what I was saying is that I actually visit that luthier's place, and I got to play all those very, very expensive guitars that you see on that video. That video I share from Robert Scallon. Rob Scallon. This guitar is worth $275,000. That video, I actually was there. That luthier is the one who worked on this guitar. He didn't make the guitar. He was the one who added this thing, and he fine-tuned the action, and he gave it some love. And I was there, and I tested those guitars. Amazing guitars. Like, he has some guitars there that are really, really, really historic, and they sound unbelievable. But yeah, this guitar is at that level. It's that good. It's not worth $200,000. I don't think any guitar is worth that much. But yeah, you can easily get a command center with a 5090 with this guitar. But yeah, I would not change this guitar for a command center. It is that good. Yeah, you're my go-to comfort content while working long night shift hours. Well, thank you very much. Hopefully you don't have to work today. If you live in the US, it's a holiday. So thank you very much. I don't keep up with the news and the holidays and all that stuff. And I actually woke up today and I just did my work before I realized that there was no work today. So yeah, good electric guitar is like $1,000. Yeah, I think you can get a very nice electric guitar for a little bit over 1,000. And yeah, once you go and pay more, then you are definitely in the diminishing returns. I want to get an electric guitar with a, what's the name of the Sosteniac. Sosteniac. I want to get one of those guitars, electric guitars that have a pickup that is called Sosteniac, that basically makes the string vibrate forever. Forever, as long as you have a battery, because it is an active pickup with a battery that actually doesn't last very long with that feature. But it's amazing because you can literally just, forever. The note will just sound forever, as long as you have battery, and it will physically vibrate. It's not like an amp effect. That no, it's physically. Even if the guitar is, if you don't have the amp on, you can see the string physically vibrating, which is crazy. Absolutely love that. So I'm gonna get one of those guitars at some point for sure. I really like that idea. So I play any kind of banjo, ukulele, bass, electric guitar, acoustic guitar, flamenco guitar, any kind of mandolin, laúd. They are all very similar. I even play a little bit of violin. Uh, at some point, I had a friend uh, in the school of music, and I basically borrowed a violin from him. So I practiced a little bit the violin. My family didn't like it so much because the violin is so much more louder. It's not even close. So when I'm practicing the violin, that's a pain. For the family at home, that is a pain. It is so loud. It's incredibly loud. So yeah, but I really like the violin. I like to watch the virtuoso violin players. I really like it. However, you can find one of these um, small kids, small Chinese little girl that plays very fast the violin. You will never find that with acoustic nylon strings. It doesn't exist. You will never find a small little girl or a kid from China playing super fast like Paco de Lucia. It doesn't exist. It will not happen. It's not physically possible. Okay. So that's what the guitar has. That's what the acoustic guitar has. It is so, you need so much more power to play fast like that. It is just not even close. So I really like the challenge of playing the guitar. Did you make a video summarizing the most frequent issues with HDR in games and how to solve them? For example, if a game has black level rays, do this, and if it has screen tint, do that, etc. Yeah, I will touch on that again. I've tried to do that video so many times. It is always very long, and I always forget something. Uh, so yeah, I think, yeah, I've tried. I will try it again. It's not easy because it's not easy to make the video, but actually the solutions are very simple. We don't have to, you don't have to need a, you don't need a master's degree for that. Well, you haven't played guitar much. I have 7 years of experience with the clarinet. Nice. Colleen, is that an insanely, Colleen Stetson is an insanely talented musician, saxophone. You should check him out. Otherworldly sounding like nothing I've ever heard. I always shout him every opportunity I get. Yeah, for saxophone, I listen to Michael Brecker. I had a friend that used to listen to Michael Brecker like all the time, every day. He was, of course, a saxophone player, and he used to just try to copy Michael Brecker and try to, write down everything from Michael Brecker. And he was like, all the time, he was like, you have to listen to Michael Brecker, bro. He's the man. He's the reference, the best. So yeah, I listened to Michael Brecker because of him. He was a great player. He was a great saxophone player. Best Buy drop happening this week. Okay, I will stay tuned. See if I can get a 15 on it. I found their channel when I was searching for how to fix Starfield colors and graphics to look better. I just want to thank you for helping me get through the game with nice colors and this. Yeah, um, the best for Starfield is the mod created by Lilium, Pumbo, and all the crew. It is like night and day. Absolutely amazing in comparison with what the game did. So I recommend you always try to check for those elaborated HDR mods, like Reno DX HDR fix or something like that, before you start using a different method. All string instruments and sax. No, I don't play the saxophone. I've never even tried it. I've never even tried the saxophone. How to fix Starfield? Just install Pro, download Star Citizen instead. Maybe do a proper video and not freestyle it. Work for it like a week. Write the point you want to point in the video. I always go back to your videos to perfect the HDR, but it's not perfect. Yeah, so I mean, it is. I don't really know how to make it a different video when it comes to the style, to prepare the video and have a script and all that. I've never done that. So I don't really know how to do that. But yeah, let me see if I get started, because I'm never gonna end. It's been 1 hour and I have not even take the strings off. So what I do first is I remove the tension of the strings. I start with the first string. So that's good enough. I'm going to keep the trebles. So that's good enough. So then after I do 6th and 1st string, then I go 5th and 2nd. Then I lower the tension. Of course, there's a tool. There's a plastic tool. Actually, I'm going to get one of those because it's so much easier. You just clap that tool here, and you have a handle, and you do this very fast. It's a lot easier than just using your fingers. But it works if you use your fingers. So then you go 3rd and 4th string. So all the strings are loose now, so I can try to remove them like that. So what I do first is I remove them from here. So I take them out from here, and then I take them out from the bridge. So to take them out from here depends on how it was done. This is out. As you can see, it should not take very long to change the strings. Although I don't have a lot of practice changing the strings, because where I come from, I didn't have a lot of strings to change. In Cuba, what I used to do was to put the new strings, use them for a while, and then I swap the string. So basically the string is like this, And after a while, I would reverse it. I would put this part here. So I would, swap the string. And the reason is we have a lot of string. We have like this much string that is brand new. So that brand new string will go here, from here to here, and will give the string an almost like new sound. So because I didn't have, Cuba, there was no string. So then after that, you remove the string. After a while, you use the string like that. And after a while, I remove the string, then I used to wash the string and then put it back again the other way. Use it and then reverse it back again and then wash it again. So that was the process because there was no new strings coming. So you have to wash the string somehow. You have to try to get the longest life possible. So that's what I used to do. So let me take this one out. This one should be a little bit tougher. It's the thickest string. I was have easy. Got this out. So these are the strings I'm gonna replace because I actually like this one still. So I look for any cracks on the string, but these ones look perfect. I don't see any. They look new. This nylon strings don't need to be replaced all the time. So then I replace them from here, remove them from here. Done. And now we just need to clean the guitar with the new strings. So I'm gonna use, this is like a humid cloth. And I use this for cleaning. And I use this time to clean it. So because I don't have the strings, I can clean better here on the inside. So yeah, man, let's see if I can get a 5090 this week. If Best Buy is going to drop more 5090s. But I don't think it's gonna be possible, man. It's so, there's so much demand for it. It's crazy. They sell out immediately. So yeah, man, this guitar is absolutely amazing. So it deserves all the care, and I have to practice more, man. I have to practice more the guitar this year. This year, I want to go at least to one competition. Last year, I didn't have time for it because a lot of things happened, a lot of changes. But this year, I hope I can go to a competition. And I will be happy if I can just go to a competition, be ready for a competition, and go. I have to actually go there. It's impossible to win a competition if you never go. So I have to go at least. If I go to one competition this year, I will be happy. So I need to at least do that. And let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Yeah, the camera run out of battery. So I have to wait until it comes back on. I just connected it, plug it in. I forgot to plug in the camera. Okay, so let me see. Wait a moment till it comes back. Yeah, it was the camera ran out of battery. So I just connected it. Bob Dylan won Nobel Prize without attending so many times. You can just win without going. How much RAM does this guitar has? I mean, I'm gonna tell you right now. This guitar. Let me search for it online. This guitar is a Hanson N3. Let me see. Let me check this guitar out online. I'll tell you right now. I'll tell you how much is this guitar right now. This is a Hanson N3. Hanson N3. Let me see. So this guitar right now is $14,000 Australian dollars. Or you can get a payment plan. I know you can rent the guitar for a week, 135.70. 14,000 Australian dollars. What do you think about that? That's kind of crazy. 14,000 Australian dollars. Gaming Tech he's from Australia. He told me 5090 was like 5,000 Australian dollars. So yeah, this guitar is like 4 to 5,000 Australian dollars. So this guitar is like 35090s. 35090s. It's a Hanson N3. Absolutely amazing. But I didn't buy this myself. I couldn't afford this guitar. So it was a gift from my professor. So this guitar represents a mission for me. This is a mission. I am a man on a mission. I have to take advantage of the opportunity I've been given with this guitar. I can conquer the world with this guitar. It is good. So the guitar is no longer a justification. So I have to do it. I have to put the time, the effort. I have to do it. So I have to do it this year. I have to at least go to one competition. That's my mission this year. So I'm trying to work towards it. A week ago or so, I saw a video from Daniel Owen where he said a store, Best Buy, I think, had a few 5090s as part of $6,000 bundles. Yeah. And they still were gone instantly. Yeah, there's no way I'm buying a $6,000 bundle. I just need the 5090. Yeah, that's crazy. So let me see if the camera is back on. Yeah, phone is turning back on. Turning the phone back on. Thanks everyone for checking out the video. I was gonna do this anyway, so I wanted to do the live stream while doing this. So
So let me check some of the comments I missed before. Uh, so he's saying, this channel started with a plasma TV and it will end with a carnivore channel. Well, I don't eat any meat, so that's the last thing we're gonna do. Definitely not gonna be a carnivore channel. It's not gonna be a vegan channel either. Like I don't, you know, I just recommend common sense. Everyone knows what's good and what's bad. Um, so I recommend the tips that I use to do what I want to do. I think that's a more important message because almost everyone knows what they have to do. They just cannot do it. So I just share how to do what you want to do, which is to change the environment, arrange the environment. So you do what you want to do. What age did you start playing the guitar? I started playing when I was 16 years old. And the reason is in Cuba, I didn't have any, um, it's not like here in the US that the kids, they have the chance to engage in music classes and all this stuff. In Cuba, you have to go to a music school, but in the regular school, they don't they don't teach the music or guitar or nothing. So I didn't know. I didn't know that I had a musical ear or that I was gonna like playing the guitar at all. So I saw a guitar for the first time when I was like 15. Uh, in front of me, I saw a guitar, and it's because I studied in a school. So basically, I started elementary school like everyone else, same school. But in Cuba, they have like a filtering process where they try to put together the kids that are smarter. Okay, and I think that's a great idea, and it actually works. So by the time I was 15, my school was exclusively from other students that were very, very good. The students that care, let's say, students that actually do the homework and they want to go to university and they want to study a career. So in that school that I went, guitar and playing music and stuff was like a tradition. So that's where I discovered the guitar in that school. So yeah, I'm like, okay, I want to do this, and so I started learning. I remember what I was good at is I was good at doing exercises because I since I was a kid I was doing exercise and all this stuff. And then my friend told me, well, the problem with guitar is that you need a lot of strength to play like a bar chord, and you have to struggle with it. I'm like, strength? That's not a problem. And day one, I was able to play a bar chord. He showed me, okay, you have to put the finger like this and do this and that. I'm like, okay, and it sounds. So I'm like, yeah, I'm good at guitar. I have strength. So I just started practicing and got into it. Uh, would you change your guitar with HDR CRT? Yeah, I wouldn't change this guitar for anything. It is interesting that I'm looking at YouTube and there's not much guitar review channels, and the little reviews there are all electric guitars. Maybe you can start reviewing acoustic guitars. The problem with that is like who is so much money. The acoustic guitars are crazy expensive. So usually the luthiers that design acoustic guitars, they send their guitars to very, very the best of the best um, masters for promotion. So yeah, I don't see how. because of course I can go to any guitar store and then I can record a video, talk about that guitar, but the thing is, it doesn't. Of course, the model of the guitar matters, but the same model is completely different. It depends on the guitar you're playing. So I cannot tell everyone, hey, I recommend you to buy this guitar because you cannot buy this guitar that I'm playing right now. Even if you buy the same model, it's gonna be different because each guitar is unique. That's why I think guitar reviews are almost pointless because, yeah, in general, you can get something similar, but it's not gonna be the same. Each guitar is unique. So that's the problem with reviewing guitars. At least the electric guitars, you can fine tune the action, you can move everything to get some consistency and customize it. But the acoustic guitars, you get what you get. You can customize them, but it's a lot more difficult. Um, yeah, classical guitar is what I play. All right, it's not like hardware reviews. Yeah, you cannot be like you cannot do like a gamer's Nexus style, guitar review. Let me turn this on already. Phone should be. See if it works now. Yeah, it should work now. Let's see. It's still not there. Yeah, I'm turning on the camera of the phone.
There you go. Okay, so we got this working back, and the sound should be better now too. So you probably have relative pitch. How long would it take to learn? So when it comes to the musical ear, in my experience, you cannot learn the to have musical ear. Some people born with a musical ear, and some are better than others, but you cannot learn that basically. But many people have musical ear. You don't need to have like perfect pitch. I'm just talking about being able to you hear something and you keep it in your mind for a short period of time, or being able to sing and find the right notes. So if you have that, that's all you need really. What I show, the way I teach the kids who just want to play songs and stuff, they are not interested in classical guitar. What I focus on is showing them how to figure out the songs by ear. That's the most important thing. Like, I do not teach like a song. That's irrelevant. Like, who cares about learning one song? That's completely irrelevant. You want to learn all the songs. So for that, what I do, I'll show you what I do when I get the new strings. I'll show you how I teach the kids or anyone really how to wants to learn how to play the guitar. I'll show you what I do, what I show them. So I'm cleaning the frets. Frets can get very dirty, very dirty, because all your sweaty hands after hours of practice, they look very dirty. Let's see if we can focus. Oh, it's too bright. Cannot see it. Yeah, but it gets very dirty. So I'm cleaning the frets. That's the most important thing after I remove the strings. Yeah, perfect pitch is not necessary. You only need to. Well, I don't think. So here's the thing. So you're saying perfect pitch is God given. I think relative pitch can be learned by anyone. So here's the thing. I have talked about with some teachers here that believe that they can teach a kid or someone how to sing if they don't have the musical ear. That's impossible. I'm sorry. And they claim that they have examples. I am yet to see an example of someone who doesn't have the musical ear who can sing. I believe it's impossible. I've never seen it. You cannot teach that. You're born with that. It's a God-given talent, like you're saying. So if you have that talent, then you can learn, you can do many things. Now, if you don't have the musical ear, you can still play the guitar, but you cannot figure out the songs by ear. You are limited in what you can do, but you can learn the things by reading a score. You can play. You can still play and maybe even play relatively well, but you cannot teach that. That's the problem. So yeah, in Cuba, for example, to go into a school of music, they would test you. And if you don't have the musical ear, you cannot study music. It is discriminatory. It's that simple. Why? Because you cannot learn. It's that simple. You cannot learn if you don't born with a musical ear. Some people don't have the musical ear. And you might be a brilliant mathematician or something else. It's just a different kind of intelligence. It doesn't have anything to do with how smart you are or how capable you are. It's just a different intelligence. Musical intelligence is completely different. So yeah, it is what it is. Now, perfect pitch. Those people who can remember the exact frequency of the note and have that in their mind. So for example, I'm changing the strings right now. After I finish changing the strings, I can tune the guitar. I can tune the strings relative to each other because I am able to get the intervals right. But what I'm not gonna be able to get perfect is the frequency, is the exact frequency. And I need a reference for that. So once I get a reference, then I can get the guitar in tune using my ears. But some people do have the ability to remember the exact frequency of the notes. They do have the perfect pitch. I don't. But I've never met any musician that I've known that has perfect pitch. It is very rare, actually. It's a very rare ability, and it's not necessary. Some of the most talented musicians of all time don't have perfect pitch. I don't think it's necessary. It would be good. It would be nice, definitely, and it definitely shows that you have a different level of talent when it comes to music. But that doesn't mean you're going to be able to play faster scales or be more musical. Not necessarily. So yeah, that's what I believe to be true. Yeah, it is like some people are colorblind. Maybe I don't know if that analogy would be the same. But yeah, it is weird. Like sometimes you have mom is a musician, dad is a musician, and then the kid comes out and it has no musical talent whatsoever. And then sometimes you have the opposite. Mom and dad have no clue about music. They cannot sing. They have no musical ear, and then the kid is a genius. It's just like that. It's random. It's a God-given talent that some people have and some people don't. And you cannot teach that. You cannot teach that. So music education is not for everyone, but I think if you have musical ear, and many people do, if you have the musical ear, you should definitely learn how to play an instrument, because it is a different kind of intelligence. I think it is going to develop your brain, your intelligence in a different way. I think it's a must. If you have musical ear, learn how to play the guitar or whatever instrument you prefer, or learn how to sing or whatever, because I think it's going to make you feel better as a person. To let that go out. I think it's great. So I highly recommend it. Check if you have the musical ear, and then learn how to play an instrument if you do. Right? I think only kids have perfect pitch. Then they lose it growing up, but still have relative pitch. I don't know about that. There are some people, uh, not necessarily kids. There are some people who have perfect pitch. I'm using this toilet paper to dry out the frets. So the perfect pitch is just being able to remember the exact frequency. Maybe someone who has a musical ear, I believe, can actually train to get the perfect pitch ability, because it is basically just remembering. It is just about remembering the exact frequency. So if you remember the reference, then the rest is just relative to that. So all you have to do is work hard in remembering exactly the reference. If you can remember the reference, the rest of the notes are relative to that. And that ability, you have that already if you have the musical ear. So I don't think it's impossible to learn or to practice to have perfect pitch. But again, I don't think it's important either. So I would not even try, basically. I would not use my time on that. It is better to use the time in practicing the instrument rather than doing that. But yeah, the frets are clean. Yeah, I mean, we never know. I'm not sure either. That's what I believe. How much is the guitar worth? This guitar, 14,000 Australian dollars. How do you get paid to play guitar? Yes. Not every time. I've played for free a lot. But yes, and I also do lessons. I do guitar lessons. Do you think that people with musical ear hear or experience music differently from people without musical ear? Oh, absolutely. I think it's not even close. Honestly, I have no idea how people without musical ear enjoy music. I don't really know. I have no idea how that happens. I'm like, really? Like, do you really enjoy? Like, if you don't have the musical ear, how can you enjoy the music? They do. Definitely they do, because everyone likes music some way or another. But I just don't understand how that happens. So, I forgot the top. Forgot the top. So yeah, that's how it goes. You definitely enjoy music differently because I mean, you have the music in your head. It's just something completely different. I can enjoy music without listening to music. I have it on my head. And sometimes what I have on my head is better than the original. So when I am thinking about a piece of music on my head, it sounds so good. Then I listen to the real thing and I'm a little bit disappointed. It is not that good. So yeah, it is a completely different. I mean, everyone experience of life or things is completely different. We all experience things a different way, with different intensity, with different. We like different things, so it's all good. Maybe people that don't have musical ear enjoy something different about music that I don't enjoy, that I'm not even paying attention to that. So the other thing is, you see that music that is very popular is not necessarily great music. And the very, very popular music is actually garbage. So what that tells me is that the music that is enjoyed by people who study music or people who have more talent is more complicated, and because of that, it might not be as enjoyable for regular people. So yeah, popular music, those artists that are very famous, that make a lot of money, those are not necessarily the best musicians. Actually, sometimes all the opposite. So music is something really, really, really weird and unique that sometimes makes no sense. How some artists that are very, very mediocre or flat out just very bad, how they are famous and they have a lot of money. And then very, very good artists, people with insane talent, nobody knows them and they make no money. That's just the way it is. How about play a short song at the end of some of your videos in the future? It could be nice. Well, that would be nice. The thing is, it's so difficult to be ready with a new song every time. And the thing is that the things that I practice are not like easy songs. What I practice is like very, very complicated, very difficult to play. I need to warm up and practice a lot before I can even play that. It is it's something different. And it is very long too. The music that I practice is very long. It's like an 8, 9 minutes long piece. It's not like a 1 or 2 minutes long. Um, and I don't think people would like it anyway because it's too complicated. It's too complicated sometimes to understand, especially the contemporary music is way too complicated. So I think it is clean for the most part. Do a little bit of cleaning here on the side and the back, and then we'll put the new strings. I feel like people without a musical ear don't appreciate melodies as much. Yeah, I don't know how they would appreciate a melody if they cannot. If you cannot have the melody in your head, I don't know how you can enjoy. I don't really understand. Maybe the rhythm is something easier to enjoy, but I really don't know how people without musical ear can enjoy music. But there has to be an explanation for that. So this is pretty good. I'm going to use a little bit of toilet paper to dry out. This guitar has they call this a French polish, I think. You see that it is shiny, but it is not like the cheap guitars have a very thick polish. This guitar has very, very thin and fragile treatment. And that makes it sound more. So if you put a very thick material for the finish, you're killing the sound a little bit. So this guitar sounds more because of that. The finish is very, very, very soft, very small. But because of that, it is a lot more fragile to scratch, micro scratches and all that stuff. It is very, very fragile. Yeah, it looks amazing. You see the back, it has this layer here, this wood color here. It looks amazing. Yeah, this guitar looks amazing. I really, really like it. That's the top. Look at it from here. Yeah, 14,000 Australian dollars. Yeah, I play with the fingers. This is a classical guitar. It's to play with the fingers. You can play with the pick, but it is not made for that. It's not to play with the pick. Yeah. So this guitar is actually relatively new. It is from 2016, actually. See if I can show the label. Or you can see the there you go. You can see the label. It's kind of humid. It's wet. And that was because of a humidifier. One of those humidifiers. So that's a Hanson. There you go. Hanson N3. You can see it there. 2016. It says that on the right. Let's see if we can focus on that. Trying to make it focus. You can look it up online. You will find it. Yeah. Hanson N3 2016. Number 143. And it has the signature of the luthier. Yeah, it's like a $9,000 US or 14,000 Australian dollars. Crazy, man. Have you heard of Marcin music? I don't know how to pronounce that. Marcin Flamenco with that name. Usually, your flamenco players are from Spain, but yeah, there's a lot of good flamenco players from other parts of the world. There's a flamenco player called Grisha Goryachev. He's amazing. Actually, I saw him in person. I received a class from him one day. Not a personal class. It was like a master class for a group of students. He's amazing. It's like incredible player. Are you Australian? I'm from the US right now. I'm in the US right now. Come from Cuba. From Polish. From Polonia. Okay, so I'm gonna take the strings out. Again, these strings are Savares. I like the reason I buy these strings is for the nylon ones. So I'm not even replacing the nylon strings. So honestly, I would buy one of these and then buy cheaper Adario strings for to replace the basses, the trebles. So then I have like 2, 3, 4 replaces for the trebles, and then I replace these with one of these, basically. Because these strings are a lot more expensive than the Dario. These are like $24, $26, something like that. So yeah, very expensive. We got here. So I'm gonna take only number 6, number 5, and number 4. And number 4. You see, the first strings are actually from a different, so this is a mixture. The strings are a mixture. The first one are from a box of Savares Alliance. This is for the first 3 strings. Savares Alliance. These are carbon fiber. Let's see if it says here carbon fiber. It doesn't say carbon fiber. That's what they are. It's like a more crystal-like material that makes them sound more bright. That's why I get these strings. But yeah, this time I'm not even replacing those. I'm just replacing the bases. Who have you heard of Rodrigo and Gabriela? I don't know. There are so many people who are that's their name. I know Marcin. I think I know who you're talking about. The one that plays, this guy that plays like hitting the guitar and all that stuff. Maybe I've seen him, but I don't remember his name. Hey, is it possible to learn electric guitar directly without knowledge on acoustic guitar? Absolutely. You can learn electric guitar right away. Actually, if you go back at the beginning of the live stream, I actually explained how to play the electric guitar with a pick. Very easy. You can learn the electric guitar very easy. Actually, I focus more in classical guitar, flamenco style stuff. But as a teacher, I am super successful with electric guitar students because the picking technique works so fast, so well, so easy for almost everybody, even people with no musical ear whatsoever, no skills, nothing. Day one, they can just and I show them the left hand, and if they practice a little bit, they are doing fast scales in no time. It is so successful for me. If I have to choose, for example, if I were to be evaluated as a professor, I would choose to teach the electric guitar in that lesson because I know I will be successful. It's like so easy to teach because the technique is so clear, so effective. It's insane. Yeah, these strings are carbon fiber. It's not like fully carbon fiber. I don't know exactly what they are made of, but they say they are carbon fiber because, and so the difference is basically they are louder, they are thinner, a little bit thinner, and especially what makes the biggest difference is the third string, because usually the third string is more muted with nylon strings. The third string with one of these, Savares Alliance, is a lot more brilliant. It's a lot more, it screams more. It's like more powerful. For a competition to sound impressive, these strings are loud. Basically, these strings are for competition, basically. If you want to sound as loud and as impressive as possible and brilliant, those are the strings that most people use. Some people do nylon for the first string, because the first string with nylon still sounds brilliant. And then they do carbon fiber for the second and the third string. That's what a lot of people do. And actually, I think that's the setup that I have right now on this one, because these are the strings that the luthier put on the guitar when he worked on it. The luthier the video that I shared, the luthier is called Richard Brunet. He worked on this guitar, and I think that's the setup that he used. These are Hanabak. These are a different brand. The nylon strings that are on this guitar are Hanabak. And the first one is nylon. The second and third are carbon fiber. So yeah, they sound amazing. Quick question, but I think I can find a 5070 Ti in Best Buy store this week. Quick question, but I think I can find a 5070. So what's the question? So if I think you can get a 5070 Ti on Best Buy, probably not. You have to go to Micro Center. Definitely go to, you're camping. Camp at Micro Center. Go 2 days before. Yeah, it's a duel. Okay. Yeah, go and camp. That's the only way. Should have way more stocks than 50. Yeah, 5080, 5090. Yeah, 5080 was a lot more stock than 5090. 5070 for $900. That's what NVIDIA wants to sell. So most likely they will have more availability. Nice. Even as an adult with no instrument knowledge. I teach adults all the time. Actually, I'm not going to say most of my students are adults, and even people that could be my dad, okay, in age. I would say half of my students are not kids, and they are adults. Some are young, like me. Some are over 50. So the age doesn't really matter. Actually, you can learn faster if you have, man strength in your hands. You can learn a lot faster. The students that learn the easiest how to play, in my experience, are with manpower, with man strength, that are already adults. So yeah, it's not a limitation at all. It's an advantage, actually. Some kids are good. Some kids learn very fast, but some kids don't have the strength yet, and it is a lot more difficult for them to, especially the left hand, to get the technique. So yeah. Have you ever dabbled with or have interested in electronic music composition outside of real world instrumentation? Not at all, honestly. Because I think the magic of music is all about the human nature, especially live performance. Mistakes happen, and they are part of what makes it great. If I want to hear perfect music, I just listen to a recording that sounds perfect. But I want to go and see someone play live, because I know they might make a mistake. If they don't, then that's amazing. See, for me, the most attractive thing about music is when you see a musician going for it, where it looks like they are risking, like they are playing, like, let's say they're playing at the edge as fast as they can, running the risk of making a mistake and messing it up, and they don't. So that's what I find more attractive, when I see a virtuoso that's going for it, that is not holding back to be careful to not make any mistake. It's like going for it. That risk of live performance. So for me, electronic music and all that stuff has no, it doesn't have the soul. Of course, there's a person behind, if it's not like AI music or something like that, but like perfection coming from computers is not attractive to me. Because you can just play a computer can play a scale as fast as, faster than what you can hear. And that's not, it doesn't have a merit. See, so basically what I like the most about music is the merit of performance, because it's difficult. If it was easy, I wouldn't be that interested. If anyone could do it, if anyone could play like a virtuoso very easily, I would not even care, honestly. Yeah, these strings, yeah, you can change the strings, you can mix them. Some people customize each string. I want this string to be from this brand, specifically this tension, this one, I want this one. So they go crazy with that. They open like three brand new things just to get their setup. So yeah, or then you have some strings like this, which have different strings already. This is a mix setup, actually. So let's go. I'm gonna put this. This is the 4th string. Guitar is clean already. Actually, guitar is clean, so I'm gonna put the new strings now. So these strings usually have a part that is softer. It is not well finished. It is with every single string. They have like a part which is, how can I say? This is not even going to show on camera. This part is like softer. So that's the part I like to use here at the beginning, but then I'm going to reverse. I still use the old Cuban technique. So I put the string, I use it for like 2 or 3 weeks or a month, and then I revert the string to get more, to get a new again. Because all the string that is right here is new. So that's like this big on the guitar. So I get that new again once I flip the string. So I'll do that again. I always do. It works very well. So I don't have to replace the string that often. But yeah, these strings, they definitely needed to be replaced a long time ago. So what I do, see if you can see this. So I put the string in this way, and then I give it a turn. A couple of turns. 1, 2, and 3 for this one. 3 for this one. This was probably too big. So then I reduce the size a little bit. Like here, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's perfect. So then, see what? You see what I did with my nail? I just scratched the top again. It is so fragile. It is crazy how fragile this material is. There you go. So I do that, and then I put it here. So before I enter the string here, I like to give it some turns so it looks nicer. But this is not the best way to put the strings. It just looks better for me. I do 1. Just keep turning it until because the reason why I do it this way is also so I can flip the string so I don't lose it. I don't lose the string. I can flip it later and get more life out of it. Because if I do what other people do, then I cannot flip it. Definitely, if you cut the excess string here, you cannot flip it later. I do that and then give it some turns. And I put it close to the. There you go. You can see. It's difficult to see here. It's so small. So one. I'll do the other two. What are you guys saying? I didn't know you could do that. Makes sense. Nice, thanks you. Thank you. That's my next goal. Learn how to play the guitar. Yeah, I'm just chilling. It's a holiday. This guitar is a Hanson N3. I put that on the description of the live stream. It's a classical guitar, nylon strings, but it has a protection to play flamenco stuff. Like you can do this kind of stuff. I can hit the top because this is protected here. What's not protected is this part. So I have to be very careful. If I touch it with my nails, it gets scratched. Yeah, I want to do another live stream one day, cleaning my skates. Yeah, this is a Hanson guitar, $14,000 Australian dollars. It's like $9,000. Like it's like $8,800, I think, US dollars. Crazy, man. Amazing guitar though. Never thought to do that. Thank you for responding. I was thinking in the vein of purely electronic music like synthwave, progressive house, and what have you, like film game composers. Oh yeah, I've seen Alan Holdsworth or Holdsworth. I don't know how to pronounce that. He used to play a synthetic guitar. That was weird, and he's like an insane good electric guitar player, tremendous musician, Alan Holdsworth. And yeah, it sounded pretty good, but I'm not attractive to it because it doesn't sound natural. It sounds like electronic, you know. It feels like music that a computer can do better, basically. So I'm not like it sounds like AI music. So it's not the same. But yeah, he does make it sound amazing because sometimes they use a device to use your air to change the intensity. So if you do that, then that's no longer, like fully electronic. You see, if you can change the intensity of the notes and play with some dynamics, then it is perfect. And it's like as human as it gets. So Alan Holdsworth used to do that too. So yeah. Probably somebody said it already, or you did read it already. And Leaker says NVIDIA might be forced a bit to produce RTX 5090s. NVIDIA forced? I think they should. You see, that some people are saying that, the 5090 was a paper launch because NVIDIA wanted to inflate the price, so create the demand and all that. I don't think so. Because the price is already very high if they can sell more, it just makes more sense to me. Why wouldn't they have? I mean, if I go to a store to buy a 5090 and there's no 5090, Nvidia is not taking my money. So it doesn't make any sense that they don't have a 5090 available to inflate the price. I'm not gonna pay the inflated price anyway. Some people will, but yeah, it's something I don't understand that idea. I don't think it makes sense. If Nvidia wants to make more money, they just need to make more GPUs. That makes sense to me. It's like, how are you gonna make money? How are you going to make more money by selling less GPUs? Well, you can sell them with a higher price, but the thing is, the volume is so low that it doesn't make sense. It's so low, like there's almost no 5090s. You're gonna tell me if Micro Center had 4 5090s, it doesn't matter how much they charge for them. If they had 100 available, they would make more money. See, I don't get the idea that Nvidia is intentionally limiting the supply to inflate the price, and that's their master plan and all of that. I don't think that makes any sense, honestly. So yeah, hopefully it happens so I can buy a 50. I'm looking forward to it. Oh, by the way, I just received the sponsored video product. I don't want to talk about it because it's going to be a sponsored video, and I have to, because they are paying me. They're gonna pay me money for that video, and I'm gonna make that very clear. It's not a review. They actually want to check the video before it comes out. So there are certain things that I cannot say and all this stuff, Like you cannot talk about any other brands, which I found that to be ridiculous because actually for that product, I have similar products from other brands that are not even close. So I think that would be a great point, a great talking point. I don't know why they don't want me to say that. But yeah, so let's leave it there. But I'm going to be dropping that sponsored video soon. I want to test the product more though, because yes, it is a sponsored video, but I want to make sure that it is good before I promote that. You see, if it's terrible, if it's terribly broken or it's just absolute trash, I would just send it back and say, I'm sorry, I cannot promote this thing. But I don't think so, because I agree before I responded to it, I check reviews for the product. The reviews are very good. Now, the thing is, you never know, because the reviews might be paid for. So in this case, with me, it's okay because I'm not doing a review. I'm doing a sponsored video. It's very different. So a sponsored video, I'm just going to promote the product because they are paying me for it. It's a big difference. So I'm just gonna make that very clear. So when you see that video, it's going to say sponsored, and I'm just gonna go crazy with it. I'm gonna be happy about it. I'm gonna go Linus Tech Tips kind of style. There was a video from Linus that I really enjoyed. I laugh about that video a lot. When I was learning English, actually, let me check that video. I'm gonna tell you the name of that video so you can check it out. I think it is Linus Red Digital Cinema Card. Digital Cinema Card. Let me see if it's this one. It was like a GPU, not a GPU. It was a card to accelerate video editing. Yeah, here it is. I'm gonna post this video, the title of this video on the description. This video was hilarious. When I was learning English in Cuba, I watched this video I watched this video 3,000 times probably. 3,000 times I watched this video. Because to learn English, you have to listen to the same thing again and again. So that's the video. It is so funny. What I like about that video from Linus is the ad, the commercial that he does in the middle of the video. It's a joke. It's like a card to accelerate video editing that costs $7,000, and of course that's ridiculous. So he was like, because he said, because effing your wallet is more than just our job; it's our passion. So he was just so funny. I mean, check out that video if you want to laugh. At least it was so funny to me when I heard that the first time. So yeah. So I'll do a Linus Tech Tips style sponsor video. If I can, of course, Linus is very talented. I cannot do it as good as him, so I'll try to do it my way. Are live instruments still better than digital? Some argue it is not the same. Yeah, for me, it's not even a comparison. Yeah, I mean, it's not. They are not even on the same realm. I mean, it's not. The thing is, as a guitarist, I want to go to see, to watch a concert live because of the live performance, because of the human component. You can see the same guitarist one day in one video playing amazing at a level that you've never heard before. Not even him. So even the same piece, I look for that piece that I like in different versions to find what is the best version. And that happens live. When you go to a recording studio, that magic is not there. So yeah, it's not even close. So we are almost done. We are almost done with another turn. They will use GB200 production line from data center to produce more 5090s, rumors said, because they have less demand. Really? Man, can you imagine that? 5090s available. You just walk in to Best Buy, Micro Center, just walk in. Can I get two 5090s? Yeah, no problem. Which model do you want? We have this, and that. Like, do you have that, but in white color? We don't, but we can ask NVIDIA, and we can get one for you next week. It's not gonna happen, but that's what I would like to see. So I can buy a 5090 for $2,000. I would just get the Founders Edition. I would not spend more money. Maybe to get the Asus because it has two HDMI outputs. That's it. That's the only thing that makes sense for me. To get anything other than the Founders Edition. To get two HDMI outputs. That's it. Or the other thing is to get it quieter, of course. Founders Edition, the Founders GPU is a little bit more loud. It has more electrical noise too. It has some coil whine. The Founders Edition. That's kind of a deal breaker. But the thing is, you have to pay so much more for. I would not pay $500 more to get rid of the coil whine. That's the thing. So I would be happy with the Founders Edition. if I can get one. So yeah, I would. If I can, I would. So this is its last string is sometimes more problematic because it's so thick that I cannot double pass the hole. Let me try it again. But yeah, say the leaks. So the leaks say they bought too much capacity. Okay, let me see this. The leak says that they bought too much capacity, but data center demand was not as high as they predicted now. And then they will have to shift that to gamers GPU instead. Wow, that would be great. Maybe because NVIDIA, this Chinese company with data center has a cheaper product available or something like that that's faster. And maybe NVIDIA is like, oh, we have to go back to making our money with gamers because data center is not gonna work this time. That would be great. That would be fantastic news. But you know what? I think that's what people want to hear. So that's probably not true. That's just how the news work. They tell you what you want to hear, or they try to scare you with the news to get more views. We have to wait and see. Yeah, this one's not going in. Yeah, what happens is this string is thicker than the rest, so I cannot fit it on the same hole 2 times, just one. But that's okay. That still works with 1 time. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to instead I'm gonna give it 4 turns. Yeah. Let's see. Let me read the chat. Well, thank you very much for everyone here. Chilling out, holiday, stream, cleaning my guitar, changing the strings, and talking about the 5092. Let's see. So they bought production capacity, so they need to produce something. And storing anything is more pricey than selling at a loss, even. That's the reason why you got the Samsung for less than $700. Oh, I get what you're saying. Yeah, the Samsung S95C was definitely not $760. That was an insane price, man. I wish I didn't have the issues with it. That's such an amazing display for that price. It's crazy how good that is. But I had so much issues with it, man. It's just insane how Samsung messed up something that good. The technology is just amazing. But there are 2 companies, Samsung Electronics and Samsung Display or whatever. And one company makes the technology amazing and the other company just ruins everything. It's crazy how that happens. It's like there was a joke there was a joke about the popular music, the reggaeton bands. Wisin y Yandel and all these guys. There are two of them. So the style of that music, you have two people. One is singing, and the other one is more like a rapper. So there was a joke that said one is singing, and the other one is just barking. So that was funny. In Spanish, it was a joke in Spanish. I don't know how that lands in English, but in Spanish, it was funny. One is singing, and the other one is just barking. Okay, this should be good. This is the most difficult string for me because I couldn't do what I wanted to do initially, but that should work. That should work. So yeah, hopefully we get 5090s available. Need by contract, if the fabrication company does not say, okay, we will sell it to somebody else for a loss. And as the production company, TSMC has even less competition than NVIDIA. And NVIDIA is dependent. That makes sense? Let's see if that's actually what's going to happen. Do you consider film game composers a different discipline of music and not a form of musician? Again, I'm talking electronic music as a genre and not computer-assisted music production. But music for films can be music for orchestra. It doesn't have to be electronic. But I get what you're saying. It's different, that's for sure. So what I'm talking about is what I am attracted to is more the live performance component of the music, more than the composition itself. The composition, I see it as a vehicle to show, your music, because the person who plays the instrument is not the composer, but that person will interpret the music his own way. So in a way, he's also part of the musical composition. So basically what I'm talking about is, okay, we have this piece of music, and someone plays that faster, someone plays that slower, someone plays that with more intensity, less intensity, depending on the personality, on the skills of the musician. So that's what I focus on, really. Like, a music that is electronic doesn't have that part. It is what it is. It was composed by a person, but there's no performance component for it. It's just what it is, and that's not very attractive to me. The magic for me happens when you hear the same piece by someone that's playing it better than anyone else, because he's giving it its own personality and he's using his skills to make it even better than what the composer was, even expecting. So yeah, when you get a new PSU for the 5090, I suggest one that has native 12 volts 2x 2x6 support. There are no examples of these melting connectors. The cables on these PSUs stay much cooler. I will definitely do that. If I'm going to spend the money for the power supply, I'm just going to get the best one for it. Do you have any favorite film game composers, for instance, and not actual musicians that play instruments? I don't really know a lot about it. Of course, I know John Williams with Star Wars and these very famous movies, but I don't really know a lot about it. But I have to say, the music for films is very, very good. Very, very good music. It's orchestra music for. I like the Pirates of the Caribbean music. That's very, very cool. Of course, Star Wars. I mean, I'll play on Star Wars. Do you have any? Okay, let's see. I'm still trying to snag a plasma. Hopefully, can get this 50-inch Pioneer Kuro 101 FB Pro. That's a good one. That's a good one. Go for it. That's a good one. Just make sure it works. It's in good shape. It doesn't have burning and all that. But yeah, those are great. If you can get it for a good price, go for it. Hey, Ergo was listening earlier, but just got to singing. There is actually a classical guitar teacher version of Troy Grady, but unfortunately, it is all in Chinese. Really? So what's his name? What is his name? So I can check him out. I always struggle to put my new strings on. Me too. I've been here for 3 hours. 2 hours and 20 minutes. Yeah, it's not. I mean, some people do it faster. Again, I don't have a lot of experience changing strings because I didn't get any practice in Cuba. Here in the US, I do have access to strings very easily, but I still have the old mentality to squeeze all I can out of the old strings before I go and change them. So yeah, the matte coding on OLED monitors isn't as bad as you think. Still, it's very, very unlikely I will ever ask for a WRGB OLED monitor because I don't want to ask for a review sample of a product that I know I'm not gonna like, and I don't want to recommend it. I want matte finish for high-end displays to end completely. That's my bias. I want matte finish to be a thing of the past. It is just worse. So why would they put a matte finish on a very expensive display? It makes no sense. So I don't want to support that. Not even if they pay me, I would recommend a monitor with a matte finish. I would say no, I don't want that product. I'm not gonna recommend it. If I ever get a matte finish monitor, it's just to make a rant about it. So I would not get a review sample. I would just go buy it on the store and then return it. Do a rant and then return it. That's what I would do. Yeah, I think it's really nonsense to put a matte finish on a nice display. Makes no sense. It's worse on every single scenario. And I think it is objectively worse. It is not even an opinion. It's just flat out worse. Actually, I like the monitor I got when it comes to the finish in comparison with the S90D because it is more glossy. It is glossier than the S90D. Actually, I will try to show that in a video. It's very difficult to capture that difference. But yeah, I don't like matte or anti-glare. I think it has no place. Anti-glare has no place on high-end displays. That's my opinion. DeepSeek R1 from China. Okay, it's a LLM that was trained on $10 million. And it is so close to the $10 billion training cost models. Train smart, not harder. Has been the whole thing for years. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about there. Hans Zimmerman is quite a beast, yeah. Hans Zimmerman, I think, is that the red hair pianist? If that's who I think it is. I mean, he has basically the best piano. Let me see, Zimmerman, the Liszt Sonata. See if I can find that. Yeah. So this is no, the one I'm talking about is Christian Zimmerman. So listen to this thing. I will copy the title of this video in the chat. If you want to see, in my opinion, this is one of the best music recordings of all time. So this piece is specifically from Christian Zimmerman. Absolutely insane. Christian Zimmerman. Let me copy this too. This is one of the best things I've ever heard. Actually, let me copy the link of that video. Highly recommend you check out this. Absolutely one of the best things when it comes to music, period. This is the video. Absolutely insane. So let me check out. So what's the luthier? So the luthier for this guitar is Hanson. That's his name, Hanson. So that's the luthier that made this guitar. You need to remove the noise filter for the mic. It cuts the guitar. Oh, maybe that's a StreamYard. So you're gonna hear the guitar when I play? Check out Lee GA guitarist, and the teacher is Chen Shi. I consider him the Troy Grady of classical guitar. Oh, really? I do know that Lee GA. I've seen videos of that girl playing. She plays very well, but I didn't know his teacher was actually a Troy Grady like teacher. I'm gonna check that out. Let me check. Chen Z. Let me check that. Chen Z. Chen Z guitar. Okay, I'm gonna check him out. But I don't see classical guitar here. This is no, this is not Chen Z. Well, I have to search more for it. Also, because it's Chinese, I cannot understand. I don't know if YouTube is actually searching on English. I don't know. I would have to search more. But yeah, that lady, I've seen her playing. The Crisis Serious theme from Hans Zimmer is one of my favorite. Oh, they're talking about the game. Nice. I like a lot the intro for the Batman Arkham Knight. The beginning of the game, the intro, that music is wow. Actually, that's what I wanted to play once I get the audio setup, the home theater audio setup. I wanted to try that, but that's copyright, so I'm not gonna be able to keep the audio on the video anyway. So then I was thinking maybe I can try the God of War intro at the beginning of the game. The music that they have, that's very, very, very nice. I like that one. But that's probably copyright too, so I don't know what I can show. I'm actually finishing my last year of classical guitar in university in Aveiro, Portugal. Nice. So what are you playing? Let me know, what are you playing? João Oliveira. Portugal, Cristiano Ronaldo. Mejor futebolista do mundo. Let me. Ariel, so sad about the 5090. He had a guitar, a song about it. The 5090 will happen, bro. It will happen. LLM equal large language model, chatbots, open ChatGPT kind of stuff. Okay. I went to see Interstellar in IMAX recently. Hans is very effective in that movie. I hope one day I can go to a true 70mm film IMAX theater. I've never experienced that either. Maybe it is better than all the picture. I don't think so. The theaters usually look like crap, honestly. I went to a theater to see one of these latest Star Wars movie. The movie was trash. Movie was awful, and the picture quality of the projector, it was garbage, man. Terrible contrast. The only thing that I liked was the audio. The audio was amazing. The audio of the theater was just insane. That was a theater in Las Vegas that I visited. It was not of the best. It was not one of the best theaters or anything, but it was terrible. I don't think it is worth over the TVs we have at home. The picture quality is not gonna be all the blacks and contrast with HDR. Yeah, I don't think it's. Well, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's a theater with a good picture quality, but I don't think. Also, after I play, it doesn't sustain. Well, it may be because the StreamYard has the noise cancellation thing, and right now my heater is running, and it shouldn't be a problem for the recording. Hans Zimmer is from my time to time an hour with his orchestra, so you can hear all his film music live. Nice. How are you doing, Simon? Always lovely to see you and your guitar. Thanks for sharing. All the best. Thank you very much. I have this guitar almost ready. See some of Paco de Lucia, Ariel. He has the best. He was the best in Spain. I've watched the Paco de Lucia videos thousands of times, looking for answers. I watch Paco de Lucia looking for answers. It is such a shame that we have a lot of great players that never gave a class or recorded themselves explaining their technique or what they do. I think it's a travesty, honestly. That Paco de Lucia never did like an instructional video or something. I would be like, man, stop. Like, stop the concert, like the tour that you have or whatever. Stop that and go and do a recording of an instructional video. It would be so much more better for your legacy. I mean, imagine that. It is a travesty that Paco de Lucia never recorded an instructional video. I know he was probably not the best communicating what he was doing because he's super talent. So but man, try, at least try. So I will try to tune the guitar without using the tuner, and then I'm gonna use the tuner to see how far off I was. Stephen Goss and Collectici Inti. Vicente Asensio. Oh, so that's what you're playing. Cantigas de Santiago, Stephen Goss, and Collectici Inti. Vicente Asensio. Okay. I'm not familiar with those. Stephen Goss sounds familiar to me, but I don't know. I don't know those two. Oh, the love, Ariel. Hope I didn't miss any of your lovely plays. So I have not played anything. And it's so cold here. 13 Celsius. I cannot even move my fingers well here. 13.5. Yeah. It was not my plan to play. I might do another stream where I can actually warm up and be more comfortable to play, but my fingers don't move right now. My fingers don't move right. My fingers don't move right. That's why I'm saying the true IMAX theaters, I think they have 16K resolution. But you are probably right. In my country, IMAX is like 4K at best. 2K, I mean. Yeah, I don't know about that. I've never seen those. But unless it's like a micro LED screen or something like that, I would not be impressed. So I'm gonna tune the guitar using my ear and then see how far I am from reference. Listen to John Clark. There's a recorded version, but I like the live one better. 16K, but you sit like 100 feet away. Okay. I would like to see the Sphere in Las Vegas, but it's so expensive to go, and you have to buy the tickets way ahead of time. It's very expensive. I checked. I visited Las Vegas like a year and a half ago, and I checked. It was I don't remember how much it was, but it was crazy expensive. Crazy. In the thousands. We're talking about thousands of dollars to go into the Sphere. So that's what I would really like to see. Through IMAX is analog, 70mm. That has 3.4 times large film than normal cinema. Cameras are very complex due to how I know, but the bigger the film covers the much. I don't know. My problem with movies is that they are very low quality, very low quality, very low frame rate. Um, they they would have to be high frame rate. Like if it's 16K, if it's a blurry mess that is stuttering all the time, it doesn't matter really. That's my problem with movies. I don't. The movie industry needs to change, in my opinion. The quality is very, very low, very low. Even movies like Avatar look like trash to me, very bad. Especially when they start adding film grain and all that noise. You say you want me to play The Last of Us. I didn't even finish the game. That's easy. Look. First, I would need to practice a little bit. I don't know that, but by ear, the melody. Or like, and then I don't remember. I would have to hear that, but I can't figure out anything I hear by ear unless it's like very, very obtuse, very complicated. Like I don't know, like a electric guitar solo that is using a whammy bar and a bunch of effects and it's a lot of noise. But if it's something clear, I can't figure it out. If I heard that, if I have something on my mind, I can figure it out immediately. So through IMAX can do 60 FPS, and yes, currently movies are shuffled, where so many come out and so little bring value. It's just the current Satchist. I don't know what that is. Satchist. Is that like a different language? Imagine the physical weight of a 60 FPS, 70 millimeter, 3-hour movie film. I don't know, but that's why we have digital stuff now to have more quality. You finished The Last of Us. I finished The Last of Us twice. Both times I was disappointed. Well, that says a lot. Oh yeah, that made me the night. Oh, nice. Well, dude, to and through IMAX is around 440 pounds. No, Dune 2. That's crazy. Red Dead Redemption 2 Unshaken, please. What is the Red Dead Redemption 2 music? There's a lot of music on the game. Actually, I finished the game. I don't remember any particular. Oh, the song at the end of the game. I don't remember that by memory. See, I would have to hear that again because I don't have it on my head. If I have it on my head, I can play it. I know what you're talking about. I cannot play music here on the stream because then I will get copyright or taken down. I don't know how that works. I finished Ragnarok yesterday, bro. It's such a fine. Brock is such a fine character. I have not played Ragnarok. I have to finish the original, the one before that. I will. So it's a German word used in English. Sate. I don't know how to pronounce that. Sate gist. I don't know how to pronounce that. You see the guitar when the strings are, you just change them. You have to keep checking the tension because it goes out of tune. It's, strings need to settle in. Merhaba. I don't know what that is. They say the true IMAX theater is almost too detailed because you see all the pores and imperfections in the actors' faces during Oppenheimer, etc. I don't know about that. I don't know. I've never seen it. I guess I have to one day pay for a nice theater and check it out. I keep pulling the tension to get it done faster. Yeah, doing this. I don't like to do that because I think it will make the string like it suffer a little bit. So I prefer to let it naturally settle in. It's right about 16K and it uses a square frame, not widescreen. Oh, really? So back to 4:3. So it adds information at the top and the bottom. Huh? It means like ghost of the time. The meaning is like the culture of the time. Okay. So we have other Joe. Wow, he's a classical guitarist too. How do you play the scales? You do rest strokes or you do free strokes? How do you play with 2 fingers, index and middle finger, or index and ring finger, or 3 fingers? How do you do the scales? So today I'm streaming because it's a holiday and I needed to change the strings of my guitar. So I usually take a long time because I clean the guitar and all that. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do a live stream. We get more content and my PC is not working right now anyway, so I cannot do a video until I figure it out. So yeah, that's why we're here. So thank you very much for stopping by. You press the finger in 1st and 2nd fret Rest finger in first or second fret and pull it near the 12th fret hard. Oh, so you do this to make the string. Oh yeah, it makes sense. I do this to make the string. That makes sense. That makes sense, but it's kind of you're gonna wear out your fingers to make the string. To make the string. Yeah, but that makes sense. It's kind of a painful way of doing it, but yeah, it works. It's more like 4x4. Oh, really? So a square 16K. That's crazy. So that is the IMAX experience. That is so weird. I have to see that. For 3 notes per string, I do thumb, middle index. So you do an arpeggio like this. Oh, that works fast, that's for sure. Yeah, but the problem is when you have more notes, then you have to put a ring finger or something. Yeah, you can play fast like that, yeah. You can play fast like that. It's like a tremolo. But the problem is the sound. You cannot get the same. You cannot get that kind of sound if you're doing arpeggio. You do this, you get a sound more loud. That sounds more powerful. But yeah, I've seen people, doing the scale very, very differently. The perforated screens they use in movie theater to let the sound through reduce the resolution. I've seen examples of it. Huh. Perforated screens. Huh. I've never. I don't know about that. Do you know the guitar solo piece in Spec Ops: The Line? I've never seen that. Is that a movie or a game? I mean, to make the tuning faster. To make the tuning faster. I play with a pinky too. I use my pinky to play. So I play the tremolo. I practice the tremolo with all the fingers like this. The guitar's out of tune. So I do thumb, pinky, ring, middle, index like this. I practice the arpeggios like that too. It's just out of tune now. Do you know the guitar solo? The guitar solo in Battle Theme is Spec Ops. No, I've never heard that. The fibers of the string need to be stretched to stabilize the tuning. Yeah, stretching is recommended, especially when you tune low E to D between pieces. Yeah, but I just don't like to, I like to take care of it. let it settle over time. Yeah, the screens they use in movie theaters have little holes in them up close because the speakers are behind the screen. Oh, wow, that makes sense. Wow, that's crazy. Why? That doesn't make any sense. Why would you open holes so the sound can come through? That is crazy. So it's basically affecting the picture quality for the sound. The perforations are added to make it acoustically transparent, but it reduces the resolution. That's crazy. Why would you do that? Kill the resolution for the sound. That sounds ridiculous. movie screens for home that are not perforated are noticeably higher resolution. So those 16K resolution, that's just to compensate. They have to, or it will muffle it, apparently. That's crazy. Those are called acoustically transparent. Okay. Well, I'm going to end the stream at 3 hours. I think that's enough. We changed the strings of the guitar. Let me check. Let me check the tuning. See how far I am. I have a tuner here. So let's see how far we are. Got this. This tuner is crap, actually. I don't recommend anyone this tuner. I just didn't know better. So it might not even have. It has battery. Oh yeah, it does. See? So we are far. Let me show you. We are far off. Not by much. Let's check. If I can show you that. We are far a little bit. Just a little bit off. It's kind of okay, actually. Let me see if you can see that. No, you cannot see that. Oh, because the light is so strong. There you can see it. Well, I was not that far. That's almost reference. But of course, I don't have perfect pitch. But if you've been playing the guitar recently, you change the strings, you remember the pitch better. That's how it works. I never noticed the perforation. I need to watch up close on one day. Yeah, I have to go to a theater one day, maybe do a review. Although they don't let you take your phone out on the theaters. It's not it's not legal. The reason they do it is because center channels are necessary in movie theaters, or if you are sitting on the sides, sounds will arrive to you at different times. Okay. Yeah, but it seems ridiculous to me to kill the picture quality to get better sound. That doesn't make any sense. They should figure out a different way. You gotta reduce the resolution. That doesn't make any sense. Center channels are not actually necessary in home theater setups because you're not sitting very far from the speakers usually. I'm gonna get a center system, it's a round system with center channel and everything. So I'll let you know what I think about it. What sand grit you use to polish the nails? I get there's a, I don't have it here. I don't have it here. I got like a Walmart sandpaper setup with multiple, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000. And I use them, and try one day and then the other. I think 1 to 2,000 is enough, but if you get a bigger number, it's gonna be more polished. But I think it just wears out faster if it's a very, very thin. So 1,000 is enough for the nails for me. You should notice that movie theaters don't have the sharpness that 4K has at home. Yeah, definitely not at the at that size. The size is just gigantic. The one I saw, the movie theater I saw, was absolutely terrible. It was like I was like, this looks like an office monitor, like a giant office monitor. It was that bad. I have a piano. Haven't touched it in a while. Oh, give it a try. I'm not a big fan of the learning, practicing piano, but I do like to hear it. Yes, that's why I always stay in the 3 last rows. Okay, it's for the theater. I own a guitar, 1979 Tama TW07. Nice. You own a guitar. I don't know about that one. You know, there's so many guitars. It's crazy. I have a theater. Introverts sit far back, but that would up the resolution for sure. I found the phone app works quite okay for my guitar. Yeah, phone apps are perfectly fine for tuning. Dan, I know you could play guitar. You could play guitar by Just Cars Sarante in your sleep. I don't know what that is. A new study came out last week that said 90% of people can learn perfect pitch. That sounds like BS to me, honestly. That's not possible. I mean, 90% of people don't even have the musical ear. Perfect pitches. Now, once you have the musical ear, then you can learn perfect pitch. So maybe what that study was claiming is, if you have musical ear, then 90% of the people who have musical ear can learn perfect pitch. That makes sense, but not like everyone. I don't think that's possible. The center channel is so important. It's basically the main speaker. Okay. I'm gonna, hopefully soon, gonna get a surround setup, center channel and everything. The other thing is that many chains use silver screens, which increase the brightness, but raise the black floor. Also, they kill the black floor too. So basically the theater experience is a screen full of holes that reduces the resolution, and then the black floor is raised intentionally too. Man, it just sounds like garbage. So Ariel, here's the trick. If you disable the center channel in a home theater setup, it will spread the front to the left and right speakers, which will increase the surround and the immersion. It will spread the sound. So basically removing the center channel. So then they should remove the holes from the screen in the theater then. Yeah, so let's leave it there. We've been here for 3 hours. That's good. 2,000 is a good sweet spot for me in concert days. But I buff till the 12,000. It makes the edge of the nails very shiny. Nice. Well, I've not tried 12,000, but I guess the thing is, once you start playing, especially You see, if you play like you were telling me, you play like this, like you do scales like this, you do thumb, middle, index. If you do scales like this, you might wear out the nails less. If you do this, it's like more demanding. You're gonna wear out the nails faster. So the thing is, it doesn't matter how polished the nail is, it's gonna get it's gonna be worn out by playing. So I don't think it would make a big difference. But if I only practice on here, like I'm just practicing, scales, and I'm only doing it on the nylon strings, maybe I can keep them polished. Movie theaters are now upgrading to laser projectors, and those get super bright as OLEDs for sure. So the experience should get better in a few years. On perfect pitch, you're smart. I am reading the study now, and it says they use musicians, of course. Of course, they use musicians. Yeah, I mean, for regular people, I don't think 90% of everybody, of the population, has the musical ear. That would be too high. And I know that. I don't know what's the percentage, but based on the students that I get, the percentage of students that I get that don't have a musical ear is low, but I think it represents a high percentage, because look at it this way: if you go to learn how to play an instrument, you are more likely to have a musical ear because you are interested in music. So if I see a lot of people who want to learn how to play the guitar and don't have the musical ear, what that tells me is that the majority don't have musical ear. Because if I am getting people who don't have musical ear that want to learn how to play an instrument, that means the majority don't have musical ear. Does that make sense? Like, I think that's definitely telling. But if you disable the center channel, all the dialogues will be biased towards you if you are off center. Yeah, I will learn more about it once I have my surround setup. So yeah, man, let's leave it there. Thank you very much for being here. I'm not gonna be able to play well, but my fingers are cold. Here's 13 Celsius. I cannot play well like that. And I cannot play this uncomfortable anyway. I play like this usually. My fingers don't move right. My fingers don't move right. Yeah, I cannot move my fingers well. It's too cold here. So yeah, we accomplished the goal. We changed the strings. Yeah, I played the 7. I played this one, the 2. I play with the pinky. I'll show you how I played the number 2, study number 2 of Villalobos. I use the pinky, so I do this with the pinky. See? I do like the whole thing up to the pinky. Then when I get here, I do this. I do index, pinky, ring finger. Then I do middle, and then I do pinky, ring, middle index. I'm cold. That's how I do it. But yeah, I need to warm up, but I play with the pinky too. Like all the fingers. Not a lot of people in the world play like that. It's actually, I've never seen it. I played that with TMI, thumb, middle index. Thumb, middle index. Oh, so you played the whole scale with that. Yeah, I saw Fabio Sanon. He played with thumb. He does the whole scale for the study. He does thumb, ring, middle, index. He does like something like that, but it was a combination. I forgot exactly, but he was doing it like that. So he does the whole scale like that, like rest strokes, like free strokes. But yeah. I never thought of using the pinky. Yeah, why not? Pianist play with the pinky. So why you cannot use the pinky? You see, if you do this, say, look, if you do an arpeggio, you do this. If you do this, it's like doing this, right? We play like this. This is like a normal thing that we do. People, when they are impatient, they do this kind of stuff. So when I do the arpeggios, I'm not doing one by one, like each finger one by one. I am trying to use these natural movements that the hand likes to do. So I do this. So this is easy. And then here I do this, which is this to da di da to da di da. So I'm not doing this individually. I'm not playing like this. I'm doing this. So I do this, and then here, and then see this da 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 da. I think it's so cold here. My fingers don't move right. I would have to warm up a little bit. It's so cold. But yeah, I use the pinky because it is the same. Like why would you don't use the pinky? If you do this, you just continue. It's like tremolo. If you do tremolo, you do thumb, ring, middle, index. This motion. It's the same motion. So it's the same thing. Of course, I'm very uncomfortable here. So it is the same if you do 3 or 4. It's the same. So it's the same gesture. So you don't practice like, or like that. It's like this. So you practice the gesture, and if you do the gesture, it doesn't matter if you add the pinky or if you just play with the 3 fingers. Number 3 you played before. The study 3, yeah, I played that one too. Oh, wait, I missed some comments. Okay, I will stretch it a little bit. Finish like in 10 minutes. That technique is for classical guitar, I think. Yeah, so I actually almost no one plays with a pinky. What I'm talking about here, almost no one plays with a pinky. But I think it makes sense because if you do this, you put all your fingers like this. It's a line. So if people think the pinky is not big enough, if you do this, see, the pinky is as big as, it doesn't matter the size, the actual size of the finger. If you do this, yeah, the pinky is short. But if you do this, you're actually playing like this. The pinky reaches, no problem. See, pinky is reaching without issues. So you can play with the pinky. Play like this. A question: how good you are at guitar if you are a teacher? Silly question to ask: how good you are at guitar if you are a teacher? Well, I've seen teachers that play very well, and teachers that don't play very well, and teachers that don't even play. I've seen teachers that don't play because maybe they had an accident, they can no longer play, or they are old, so their fingers don't move right anymore. Of course, the best is to play. You know, if you play very well. My teacher was one of the best in the world. I say was because I'm not. I moved to a different state. But yeah, I am a guitar player too. In my free time, besides training and gaming, let's go. I play usually electric guitar. The music type is rock and blues, but Spanish style is so cool if you play that. Yeah, that's what I do. I play a style, Spanish style. This is so hard to. Because the strings are new, they go out of tune a lot. That's why I have this. I can smash. See this kind of stuff. This kind of stuff. That's like a buleria. One more nail to take care. Oh, the pinky. You think it is worth the time to practice the pinky? Pinky generally has worse tone than the others due to being thinner. No. See, all the fingers are different. The index is different than the middle finger and the ring finger. That doesn't make it the tone worse. Look. I'm gonna play with pinky, so middle, ring, and pinky. And now I'm gonna play with ring, with index, middle, and ring finger. So I'm changing in between them. The filter cuts the audio. Can't hear the note well. Let me see this thing. Audio. Oh, because there's like echo cancellation. Okay, let's see if that works better now. See if it hears better. It's like an echo cancellation. See if it sounds better now. it's the quality of a StreamYard. So you're gonna get a master class from David Russell. He's the best. He's one of the best for sure. You know what I would recommend you. What David Russell recommends is I've never received a master class from him. I did receive master classes from many great players, but David Russell has a master class where he recommends you to practice this, like this, for example, like 2 notes, for example. You just do this 2 notes with all combinations, and you want to stop. So he's basically telling you to practice the gesture, gesture, gesture. So then you do 3 notes and you do this. Like this. So the idea is that you're practicing the gestures. Like, for example, practice like this. Like, so he does it. He does the scales on tirando, not apoyando. He doesn't do like this. Of course, you can apply the same thing. So that's what I did when I heard that recommendation from David Russell. I was like, like 2 hours just doing that, just doing like this stuff. But so you stop. You stop and you do. Then. See what I'm doing? Like I'm doing index, middle, ring, index, middle, just index, middle. But sometimes I start with the index, and sometimes I start with the middle. But the idea is that you do the gesture. You practice as a gesture, rather than just like individual notes. So I think that's a great recommendation from David Russell. Yeah, he has a great sounds too. He has a great sound. Okay, let's leave it there. Thank you very much. Yeah, we have a lot of issues with the updates. Thank you very much for tuning in. I'll see if I can make a video today. Hopefully I can figure out my PC. Yeah, thanks for tuning in. You guys take care. Have a good day. See you